Welcome to Pizzabominations. If you don't know what Pizzabominations are, well, read that title back again, but slower. It's pizza, and they are all abominations. Sacrilegious pizzas, even. There's many of these. There are a lot of these. We got a lot of submissions for Pizzabominations. A lot of people use the new contact form via email, so I really do appreciate that. Everybody who wants to submit things in the future, head over to Meikou.email. That is a website, and you'll find the contact form. But let's get into the Pizzabominations. We got plenty to look at today. I think we need a little bit of like video game pizza music, so I'm gonna do the Pizza Tower OST today, and we'll just kind of go off that for the time being. But let me know if it's too loud. I don't think it should be. I'm gonna up it just a little bit here, and we'll show off some of these Pizzabominations. Now, some of these do come with what do you call it? Text. Some people sent in pizza that included an email. So I'll read out the emails as we go, but let's just get started with this shitfest. Here's a beautiful looking pizza. Something to which I could only describe as high school. In my personal experience, this would be like a high school pizza. And I only say it's a high school pizza because I remember, wow, that's fucked up. Hold on, I'm actually just gonna fix this really quick. I only describe this as high school pizza because it reminds me... where's my Pizzabominations folder? Here it is. It reminds me specifically of when people would... At my high school, we had, like, vending machines at our high school because they wanted to make money off of the students who had, like, pocket change, right? And a lot of kids would, like, they would have to restock the hot Cheetos in the fucking vending machines all the time because of how popular they were. You would get people in class looking at you, hey, you want some hot Cheetos? Hey, give me some of them hot Cheetos. It's fucking ridiculous. There was so many just like bags of fucking hot Cheetos everywhere. So hot Cheetos just remind me of high school. I don't know who sent this in, but this was a this is a treat. You know, this obviously looks well, like why? Why would you put this on a pizza? But it gets worse, chat. It gets worse. Because we're getting into territory where we say, is this even pizza? Is this pizza at all? What denotes a pizza? I'm actually a little bit impressed, I will say. I'm a little bit impressed by the artistry here. Now, I'm not saying that because of the toppings. I'm saying that because look at the shape of it. How did they perfectly mold this thing to look like that? It looks like a fucking Omega fidget spinner. I hate it. Obviously, there's like an actual salad in the middle, a bunch of hamburger sliders on the sides. This is not pizza. I would classify this as like an hors d'oeuvres dish. This is not pizza. Let's see what else we got here. This is just mold. Somebody just left a pizza out for too long, and that's what this is. This is a mistake. Nobody made this. What is on the bottom left of this pizza? Is that a botfly? You see that big ass mass of like black, like what is that? That genuinely looks like something that's, I mean, I guess it is living, it's mold. But yeah, that's a mistake. Clearly a mistake. This one was sent in, again, I don't remember who, I don't know who sent this in. But the mail with this one is, it's a lot. I'm getting diabetes just looking at it. I want to say you have to commit this culinary hate crime in one of the EPF games for the DS and serve it to Herbert P. Bear. This is a Club Penguin pizza. So we'll classify this as pizza. They said they wanted to find that specific pizza, but didn't want to spend more than 2 seconds doing it. This is also a mistake. Let's think of the mouthfeel here. That is icing. I want you to take this pizza, stick it in your mind, if you will. Take this pizza and form it into a real pizza. What does it look like? I can see it. I see it. And it doesn't look very good. It doesn't look very appealing at all. This is... I know it says 0 mistakes up in the top right, but this is also a mistake, clearly. Nobody wanted this. Whoever ordered it, they aren't real. They're not a person. And I guess that would be par for the course considering it's Club Penguin. This one here is an interesting pizza. I would say that this is a joke. This is a funny pizza. Somebody made a funny pizza here. This is nowhere near the realm of what is on a real pizza. I don't think that's sauce. I think that's ketchup. Looking at it now, I'm pretty certain that that's ketchup. Which you'll know if you've ever used ketchup as a base for pizza sauce. It is not the same, and it tastes very weird. Trust me, I've tried. Chicken nuggets, fries, and seemingly all of this is McDonald's. This all looks like McDonald's to me. Even the buns of the hamburger. Wow, the fat ass inside of me is talking today. Let's move along. Here we've got character pizza. Now, character pizza is an interesting category because this is barely pizza. We have multiple character pizzas to look at today, and this is one of them. I want you to consider, every time we look at a character pizza, how will this be cut? How will this be divided amongst the people? And also, when you consider pizza, when you consider the toppings for a pizza, you typically don't want to get too high off of the pizza. And no, I'm not saying that as if you've put weed in the pizza. I'm saying that as if you are dimensionally 3D space too high off of the pizza with your toppings. And I think once we start getting into the territory of putting a 3D eye on a character, we might be getting a little too high off the pizza. You're going to have to open your mouth quite a bit to get that bite. Think about where the intersections of the cuts would be made on this. Because this would almost certainly be made like a normal pizza cut, right? But then you've got weird handles up at the top that you have to hold on to if you're unlucky enough to get one of those slices. Pepperoni's a little too close to the edge. I'll take points off for that. We've got way too much going on here. And this is, I would say this is a pretty tame pizza. I also want to know what the beak is. Because I'm honestly not certain what the beak is, and I'm really bothered by it. It looks a little too perfect for the beak. Does that make sense? It looks a little too perfect. But that's character pizza. Character pizza is an interesting category. Because people... They try too hard to replicate the character and don't care about the actual pizza. Next up, we got Spam Pizza. This is one of the ones I found. Oh, boy. Where do I start? I have an issue with this pizza specifically. There's a little bit of an issue here, and it's the cheese distribution. Look below the Spam. There's some problems here. Also, how many cans of Spam did it take you to make this pizza? Because it looks like quite a few. You had to cut out letters out of a fucking hunk of ham. I say ham, but Spam is like a meat amalgamation. This is horrible. And I can guarantee you that this is too salty. This is going to taste like Poseidon's asshole. You do not want this. This is a mistake. There are many mistakes that have been made today and many crimes that are being committed. The sauce is a little weird on this one too. What are the chunks under the A? That cannot be cheese. What are the chunks under the A? Tell me. This is problematic for many reasons. I take offense to how this was created. And I have many more to go. Oh, this one. Who the fuck? Where did you find this? Where did you find this and what is this? There's like chicken feet on this pizza. There's like charred chicken feet on this pizza. This is Satan pizza, you're correct. Meikou, what are you doing? Good lord, Meikou. Yeah, no, this is Satan pizza. You are correct. That is like... Are those century eggs up on his eyes? Those look like eyes to me. I don't know what those are. This is too much. It seems like there's a side of calamari as well, which is a little strange. But this does seem to be in an Asian country, given the characters up at the top. I don't like this. Why is there gel? Why is there gel coming out of the crust? Do you see that? What the fuck? No. 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 That's about all I have to say for that one. No. Next up, we have pizza. This is pretty straightforward. When you mix... I know salty and sweet is like a big thing. People like salty and sweet. But there's some scenarios where maybe you don't do a salty and sweet thing. The pizza is very savory. Pizza is gross. This is nasty. I don't think this would work out very well. I'm thinking about what would happen if you were to, instead of do this, place them after the pizza was cooked. What if you put them on before? And you had like this weird marshmallow amalgamation above the pizza. I think that would be an interesting take on pizza. We need to see that. Can anybody in chat get on that so that we can view this? If you do that, send it into the next Pizzabominations segment. We'll take a look at it there. This next one that we have is a personal problem. This is a personal problem. Ixel saw this pizza. I saw this pizza. This was a live thing that happened. I have two angles of this. This is a Pizzabomination, a pizza sin, and a pizza crime rolled all into one that was committed under my own fucking roof. My roommate decided, oh, this Little Caesars pizza really fucking sucks. I'm gonna put sauerkraut and garlic butter on it. Now, garlic butter, that works on pizza. Sauerkraut? Okay. We're getting into some territory that's a little scary. Verdict from the roommate is that it was delicious. Verdict from me was that his new emotion that he carries into battle, like in Metal Gear Solid 3, is pestilence. He's disgusting. And I disagree with this pizza vehemently. There's another angle of this one, which would be right here. When you have to get a fork to fuck with anything on your pizza, there's problems. There's a lot here that there's just a lot to unpack. And I disagree. It's bad. Next up, we have... If it wasn't Little Caesars, it would be edible. You're correct. He wouldn't have needed the sauerkraut. Next up, these are from Hungry Howie's, I noticed, on the boxes. I've eaten at Hungry Howie's. I really like Hungry Howie's. I enjoy the fuck out of Hungry Howie's, and I think their crust is really where the pizza shines there. They do an amazing crust over it at Hungry Howie's, but may I ask what the fuck is tie-dye pizza doing here? What is that? Why do we have like a tie-dye pizza? Who made this? It's disgusting. It kind of reminds me of a blue waffle. You know, like when what's the brand? Whenever Eggo made blue waffles, it kind of reminds me of that. It just looks gross, and you should feel bad for making it. Other pizzas here look fine, but then you stuck in the weird guy that nobody wants to talk to. Next we got chocolate com linguiça. I don't know what that means. Oh god, there's problems. Multiple things are going on here. There's onion on this pizza, which for one, I do not like an onion on pizza. I don't really like a Supreme for that very reason. These I'm just now noticing are not pepperonis. Those are like Canadian bacon? What is that? That's not pepperoni. It might be ham. Might be like little ham slices. And then obviously, you know, the elephant in the room, we've got chocolate just fucking smeared on this thing. You do not want a shitza. This is absolutely a shitza. And it's a diarrhea. Salami? I don't think that's salami. It feels a little too thick cut to be salami unless they cut it themselves. Which I'm going to be honest, there's no other way this pizza would exist. They had to have made this themselves. So you could be on the right track. Salami's a little bit bigger, though, I feel. I don't know. My other problem with this is that you're using like a bread knife to cut pizza, which is not technically wrong because you are cutting through dough, but what the fuck, man? They make specific tools to cut your pizza with, and you're going around it. This one hurts, and I feel like it would be disgusting to eat and make my tummy hurt afterwards. That's a no-no from me. Next up, we have a fucking pizza casserole. This looks like a pizza casserole. How do you begin to eat this? This is very fitting music for this disgusting thing. There are many different layers to this. It looks like a stuffed crust pizza as well. I can't tell. No, it's not. It's not. There's like something white leaking down on the right side, which I'm assuming is cheese. There's undercooked beef patty in the middle, which is definitely going to give someone the fucking liquid Hershey squirts later on. It's not going to look good. And obviously this is just like a hamburger meat casserole smashed between two pizzas. This is a funny pizza. There's no way this is real. There's no way that somebody ate this. I absolutely think that this is a funny, like, clown pizza. Next up, it is called pizzaburger.jpg, by the way. Bacon cheese pizza burger. Okay, I didn't even know there was bacon in there. It just got lost in the fray. I think I see a little bit. I can barely tell. It's tough to look at. Next up, there's crustacean pizza. This is another character pizza. Little weird. There's like tendrils of dough coming out to create the illusion of legs and whiskers. There might be an olive up top. How do you eat this? Muse with me for a moment here. How do you eat this? Let's take a closer look also. What the fuck is creating the shrimp lines? Like the tail. What is all over the tail? What is going up the like back? What is that, like Twizzlers? Those look like Twizzlers to me. It's shrimple. That's a -2. Get him out of here. I struggle to see how you would eat this unless you cut it into like horizontal slices, maybe. It's a weird looking one, to say the least. Next up, I feel like the music is doing most of the talking for me here. SpaghettiOs pizza. Which, it also looks like there's a seaweed pizza below this. Maybe a spinach. Maybe spinach. But it kind of looks like the sheet seaweed to me. Like the big sheets of seaweed that you get. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was. SpaghettiOs are disgusting. I eat SpaghettiOs on a rare basis, but when I do, it's every time it's like painful because they're really bad. They're just not good. They taste very acidic. So I can only imagine that this pizza tastes like regurgitation in some form. And that's foul. That's not good. I don't know if there's a different sauce or a cheese underneath this, but does it really matter? You've already ruined it. You've already just disgraced this pizza. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a tough one. Next up, who sent this in? This doesn't even look that bad. Wait a second, who sent this in? This does not look that bad to me. Okay, well this, I don't see how this is really a pizza crime. This just looks like a supreme pizza. To me, this, it looks like it's got bell pepper, red onion, pepperoni, maybe some bacon bits, maybe mushroom. This looks completely inoffensive to me. If not a little ugly looking, but it probably tastes fine, I would assume. This just looks like a pretty on par personal pizza that you would get from somewhere. Honestly, I don't know which chat member sent this in, but this looks a little less like a pizza crime to me than what we've seen tonight. Here's one that actually sucks. This sucks really bad. So, recently, I went to Target like a month ago, and they actually advertised that they were doing pickle pies, which, if you can't put it together, chat, it's a pickle pizza pie. It's not good. They were frozen pizzas, though. The pickles were not fresh. They were frozen on top of the pizza, and I cannot imagine how rubbery and nasty they would taste after baking. Here, I'm going to be dead honest with you. Here, I could almost understand a little bit. I could almost understand. Because these are fresh pickles that have been placed on top of the pizza. These would not be hard to bite through. They would not be rubbery. They wouldn't be dried out or anything. When you compare to a frozen pickle pizza, it's almost not that bad. Almost. This is still fucked up. This is still really fucked up. But, when you compare it to another one in your mind, you kind of start seeing positives. It looks like they have an Alfredo sauce on this pizza, which is a little bothersome. I can't really tell, though. That might just be cheese. Because pickle and Alfredo sound a little weird together to me. But, hey, that's just me. This is a less offensive pizza of the night. This pizza, I will say, I would actually take a bite out of this. I would give this a chance just for shits and giggles. Some of these other pizzas, though, I cannot say the same. Such as this. This is a little weird. Who out here putting egg on their pizza? Who out here putting egg on their pizza? Why? Who thought this was a good idea? Somebody got creative. Oh, you know what these remind me of? This reminds me of when you're super high at 3 a.m. and you're like a college student or something. You have like no money, and you have Little Caesars in the fucking in the fridge, and then you got like a 12-pack of eggs, and you're like, you know what? Let's try something. And then somehow you've created something that might just be worse than either one of those things alone. So, great job, college student. We have another character pizza coming up. Hey, Lois! This is a character pizza. Pretty creative, I will say. I'm gonna give it points for just looking pretty accurate to Peter Griffin. However, I'm gonna take points away for this thing being shaped really fucking weird. Again, think of how you cut this thing. If we cut down the middle right now, horizontally, down the middle, like above the upper lip, between the ear and between the cheek, where do we go from there? How do you evenly slice this? This is a fucked up pizza. But I do think it would be interesting to see what kind of shaped slices you would get after, you know, giving it a... You know what? You know what? Let me see something here. Pizza cut overlay. Let me see here. Let me see if anybody has lines. Pizza cut... lines? Lines overlay? I kind of want to see if we can find... just kind of like a section... PNG that we can use to kind of... Here we go, hold on. Circle divided into 10 segments. Let me look up circle divided into 10 segments PNG. And hope to God we find what we need. That is not a PNG, that is not a PNG, that is not a PNG, that is a PNG. Let's take a look here. You're getting some interesting fucking slices here. Hold on. This is a weird one. Okay. I want the circle to consume the pizza. There we go. Look at this. Take a look at some of the slices you're gonna be getting here. Oh, these are fucked. These are really weird, and it's very uneven. Very, very uneven. But this is exactly what I mean. Character pizza never, ever, ever, ever is like right. The left and right slices are just crust. Left and right, where, what do you mean, left and right? Left and right slices are just crust. There's cheese on there. There's cheese on, like, the whole thing. Unless you're talking about the top left and top right. This is a scary pizza. Let's put away the clip art and move on to the next one. If we get another character pizza, we can take a look at how it's sliced, hopefully. Let's see, what's up next here? Oh, speaking of another character pizza, we got a little sussy mogus here. It looks like it's time to get the clip art back out. Let's see here. How do you slice this one? Oh, wow. Wow. Who wants the bottom middle slice? Who wants the penis of the sussy mungus? Now, we've got a lot to talk about here. What's going on inside of his helmet? Is that bananas? Is that like potatoes? What is that? What is that? That's not cheese. What is it? His backpack is looking a little weird. There's like nothing on it. It's like they kind of neglected it. I'm just curious as to how this pizza got divided. Pardon me. Hiccups. This one is clearly a joke as well. Next up, oh my god, we have another character pizza. Another. Here we go. It's a Freddy Faz slice. This is bad. Why are we doing this? I can't overlay this one because the camera angle is wrong, but look at the just how do I say this? The piles of toppings in certain spots. You do not want a piece of his hat. That is too many olives. That's way too many. Imagine somebody horizontally cuts the hat off and just hands you that slice. You're gonna be like, man, fuck you. Why'd you give me this? You also don't want anything near the mouth. That just looks... That looks like way too much. The slices were... Or the toppings were specifically chosen to be... you know, used for the shape of this pizza, so obviously it's a little weird. Ah, man. This one sucks. Imagine serving that to a party, though. They would shit on you. Now, the next one... I'm not even mad at this. I know it's fucked up, right? I know this is fucked up. I can recognize that, but I'm pretty certain... I am pretty certain that I've had something like this before in my past. And I'm pretty certain that also it was not that bad. Because it's cheese. It's cheese. I know it's pasta. I get it. How many people do you know that eat spaghetti with pizza? I'm not arguing for this pizza. I'm just saying it's a little less weird. This one's not as bad. Now, it just depends on whether or not you're a fan of, like, mac and cheese, I guess. I don't know. This one is... I've seen something like this before in my life, I promise you. And it wasn't terrible, from what I know. But it's not pizza. Another submission from chat. What is happening here? There is 0 cheese on this pizza. And before you say it's under the sauce, no, there's nothing here. This is just sauce and onion. Somebody just really likes red sauce and really likes onion. And I disagree. I think this is bad. I think this is weird and not okay. I do not like this one. That's the Space War above Coruscant pizza? Alright, well, good to know. Onion. Onion. Yeah, I add a little onion. Also, it's pre-cut. Do you see this? At the bottom left and the middle left, it's like already cut. It's like they decided to start cutting it and they were like, no. You know what this needs? A whole bucket of ragu and onion. Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Alright, up. Oh. 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 Oh, no. No. Oh. Okay. Okay, let's break this one down. There's a lot going on. Have you guys ever seen the movie Elf? This is completely related, I promise. Have you ever seen the movie Elf? There is a scene in the movie Elf where what's his face? Will Ferrell is sitting at the dinner table and he is served a plate of spaghetti. And he's like, what the hell is this? I can't eat this. And then he's like, do you guys have any like chocolate sauce or anything like that? And he starts putting chocolate sauce and he starts putting like chocolate Pop-Tarts and M&Ms and all this shit on the spaghetti. And then he mixes it up and eats it. And he's like, oh, so good. Just like how Mama used to make it. That's what this reminds me of. And I also want to go into a side tangent. My stepsister a long, long, long time ago. Maybe, I want to say 15, 16, 17 years ago. Something like that. She was a huge fan of that movie and decided that one day we were all going to have Buddy the Elf's pizza, or not pizza, spaghetti. And I had some of it, and it was bad. It was bad. It was very bad. It was a fun thing, though, and it's a great memory. It's a fucking hilarious memory. But it's just, it was horrible. So I can only imagine that this just tastes just as bad. Let me break it down here. It looks like there's bananas, there's gummy bears, there's M&Ms, there are gummy worms, question mark? Dates or prunes? Citric acid? Or just sugar, I guess. And, cheese, red sauce, and dough. Yeah, no, this one's bad. I don't like this one. But I will say, this is clearly a funny pizza. This is a clown pizza, through and through. You cannot convince me otherwise. This is absolutely clown pizza. Let's see here. What have we got? Sorry, I'm skipping a little bit of this. Well, where's my next pizza? Here it is. Here it is. I'm taking it in. I feel as if somebody, again, just didn't like the way this pizza looked. The use of, like, an orange bell pepper is a little weird to me. I could understand the yellow, like, those look like pepperoncinis. Okay, hold on, I'm looking a little closer. Those kind of look like grass clippings. I'm not even fucking with you. That really does actually look like grass clippings. Chad, are those grass clippings, or is that like a vegetarian option that I'm not aware of? What's going on here? Anyways, let's take a look at the obvious here. Somebody did not like this because somebody took canned sardines and just laid them on top of this pizza. I get it. I understand. There's a big problem with that. There's probably still bones in those fish. I get it. But all I'm saying is, even though it looks disgusting, and those may or may not be grass clippings under there, might be cilantro, who knows? May or may not be grass clippings, it doesn't look the worst. It's certainly not a pizza, in my opinion. There should be cheese on this to create pizza-like consistency, but there's no cheese, seemingly. It just looks like sauce and dough with a bunch of... like somebody threw their garden in there and then reached into the pond and grabbed some fish and threw it on there. This is probably a pretty fucked up, weird-tasting pizza. Probably a little weird in some way. But I'm just saying that most, if not all, of these toppings can be used on pizza. So is this not pizza? What would this be? What denotes a pizza? Next here we've got... oh boy. Oh boy, what's happening here? We've got 2-in-1. This is a 2-in-1 image. Let's start with the left side. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, there's a whole rotisserie chicken in the middle of this pizza. This still got bones in it. Yeah, the pizza seems to be pre-cut. Not entirely certain why there's a rotisserie chicken in the middle. It also looks like a completely unseasoned rotisserie chicken. This is a fucking clown pizza. This is clown pizza through and through. That there is unmelted cheese on the other side of the pizza. It is as if they put 75% of this pizza into the oven and didn't have enough room for the other side. But somehow the crust is still cooked. I'm very confused. I'm very confused. Also, fries? Why fries? Yeah, that's clown pizza, through and through. Joke pizza, yeah, that's joke pizza. On the right side, what even is this? This is not pizza. This is another hors d'oeuvres platter. This is not a pizza. I disagree entirely. You've made like a donut. You have made a savory donut with brownie in the middle. Little weird. Little weird. There's also like multiple quadrants of this pizza. So if you want to be a part of like fucking Onion City over there, you can. If you want to be a part of date and tomato pizza on the other side, you go right ahead, buddy. The wine in the middle just really wraps the whole thing together. Wow. That's an interesting one. Let's move on here. What have we got? We're almost getting to the end of the images here. We do have some pizza videos as well. We'll do those at the end. This one is not. That's not the chat. This is not. That's chat. I mean, yeah, it's a pizza. It is a pizza, chat. Whoever sent this in, that's not edible though. I didn't know if you knew that, but like, it kind of looks like a dog toy. I've seen dog toys that look like this. Another submission from chat. British pizza. Mm-hmm. Oh, God. See, my problem with this is that the beans are... The liquid that comes with beans is not a thick consistency. It's not like a sauce. That is going to seep out as soon as you cut this pizza and take away a slice. The beans and sauce are going to start like waterfalling off of the rest of the pizza. This is a problem. You cannot eat this. This is an art piece. This is not edible. Yeah, no, this is another, that's comedy pizza, 100%. Next. Oh boy. Okay, so this, okay, these almost certainly taste like bagel bites. Just looking at them, they almost certainly taste like bagel bites. Which if you've ever had a bagel bite in your life, you'll know that they're not very good. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you enjoy bagel bites. Maybe you enjoy Totino's pizza. But these are probably really fucking nasty. They don't look good. But you know, cute little Christmas trees. You know, give them out at Christmas. People will love them, won't they? Next up, I don't like the way he's looking at me. I also, it is pizza, but what are the whiskers made of? What are the whiskers in the eyebrows made of? What is that? That's interesting. This is a character pizza, so obviously, you know, it's not gonna cut very well, but let's take a look. Take a look anyway. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good slice. Again, who wants the middle top piece? Who wants that? Oh, and those top left and top right pieces are gonna come out so fucked up. Rest of it, not too bad on slices, but that top bit is obviously just a mess waiting to happen. Next up, what have we here? Oh, this is disrespectful to the nth degree. Yeah, I don't know how you spin this to make it good. This just looks very scary and terrifying. And if you are not a fan of cilantro, the edges are gonna taste like soap. I have problems with this, obviously. Why they behead the creature? Why the creature and display its head on the pizza? That part is not. Just fucking throw it away. This is the most disrespectful pizza. This crustacean. Holy shit. Also, just want to mention more pickle pie. There's pickles in this. Down his little spine there. There's pickles. I don't understand why people are doing pickle pies, but oh well. This probably tastes pretty alright. I'm not even gonna joke. I like lobster a lot. I've had it a total of one time, but the one time I had it, it was delicious, and it's a really good meat. So I honestly, I think lobster on pizza might go incredibly fucking hard, but I just don't know. Never tried it. I can't really make a judgment on this one, other than it's incredibly disrespectful. But, hey, they decided to make it. Next up. Oh dear. Oh dear. These are spaghetti pizzas, clearly. But not only are they spaghetti pizzas, these are problems waiting to happen for some people. Some people definitely don't like pineapple on pizza. And this is just a complaint waiting to happen. This is a complaint from your friends that is absolutely waiting to happen. You're gonna pull these... That dough is not cooked. Is this a pre-cooked pizza? It's looking like this is a spaghetti Hawaiian with, like, peppers? Tomatoes? What are those? I'm not entirely certain what this is, but it's not good. It's not good. You remember how earlier I mentioned that people eat spaghetti with pizza and that it wasn't so bad to have pasta on top of pizza? I take it back. This is incredibly fucked up somehow. Just, I don't know. Spaghetti on pizza, very weird. Macaroni on pizza, less weird, but still very weird. Next up, we have a... Oh god, a pineapple, banana, and something else I can't even tell what that is pizza. I think this is maybe red onion? Maybe? I don't know what that is. And also, some of the bananas are like dark on the side. Is this a different strain of banana? These definitely don't look like normal bananas. Maybe they're like plantains or something. No. That's all I have to say. No. I will admit, I am a pineapple on pizza guy. I can do a Hawaiian. I enjoy a Hawaiian. I think it's not that bad. It's decent. If it's there, I'll eat it. If it's not, I'm not gonna order it. But if it's there, I'll eat it. But hey, banana? No. No. Banana's a little too mushy for pizza. I don't like that. I'm a big texture guy. This is a problem. Do you remember when I mentioned the aspect of having too much on your, like 3D dimensionally, too much on your pizza? This would be hard to cut. This would be hard to eat. Why is there like a dip, like chip dip in the middle? Why? It looks to me like this is ribs or some kind of pork on top of the pizza with a bunch of different peppers, tomatoes, maybe a garnish on the side there, and then the middle is just unidentified slop. It looks like coleslaw. I'm not a fan of whatever's going on here. This is a joke. This is a comedy pizza. It's bad comedy pizza too. Whoo boy. Oh. Okay, next up, we got 2 more images and then we'll move on to the videos. Wow. Wow, what is it with people putting brownies in the middle of their pizza? The rest of the pizza doesn't even look terribly offensive, maybe in some parts. But well, why are we doing brownie in the middle? I don't understand. To be fair, it's not as if the pizza and the brownie are touching and intersecting. They are not. There's clearly a rolled up crust at the middle for the pizza. So I kind of get what they're going for here. It's a dessert at the end. But yeah, it's still just not something that looks particularly appetizing. And we have our final image of the night. Again, I want to thank chat for submitting all of these. I really do appreciate it, and I hope we have another great segment here in the future. But check that out. Check that out. What is that? There's a lot to unpack here. Looks like maybe they were trying to go for like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pizza here. It's green and red. Maybe it's a Christmas pizza. There's what looks to be maybe shrimp. Is that shrimp? Is that a pot sticker? There's definitely seafood on this. I don't know what any... like, maybe those are mussels towards the front. This is bad. I don't like this one bit. And I would politely decline if this were to be presented to me. But that's it for the images that we got. We do have a few video submissions that got sent in. So I'll go ahead and pop those up here. Give me just a moment. Pizzabominations. Here we are. And head into the videos. So we've got 3 submissions for the video side of things. Let's go ahead and just take a look at the first one. We've got some mail that came in with this one, and this one says, North Korean pizza is real, and it will hurt you. I know you can't see it yet. VLC is very strange, and sometimes it won't pop up right away. But let's begin. This is world famous North Korea Tasty Italy Pizza Shop. Okay. Let me chat while I'm thinking about it. Let me check something really quick. Hold on, the volume's a bit high, I think. Okay. We're going into the restaurant. Get ready. North Korean pizza. I've not seen any of these yet, so I'd recommend that you go to Italy to do so, but you and I both know we can't leave the country. Wait. What? You and I both know we'll never leave this country. Holy shit. Holy shit. Pizza restaurant is on the 2nd floor. Please follow me. It's joke subs? Okay, I thought those were real, like, actual... Oh, boy. I see. Oh, yeah, they are joke subs. How about eyewitnessing our cooks preparing dishes? Pizzas are made in this hearth. Oh! Authentic pizza. That looks like mold. That's so bad. That's not pizza. No, my right ear loves whatever this noise is, though. Are you stir-frying spaghetti? Ma'am, are you stir-frying spaghetti? This is the type of shit that would have sent that Ratatouille inspector into a fucking, like, it would have sent him into a heart attack. He would have died on the spot. What kind of pastas are these? This is tonno pasta, and this is ragu pasta. Ragu, yeah, it's very authentically Italian. What are you doing? No, that's too, no. Where's your rolling pin? Pizza does look fine so far, I agree, Mr. Joke Subtitles. Okay. What are you doing? That's a lot of cheese, what are you doing? Wait. I got questions. What's the point? What's the point? You don't have gloves on. You don't have... I'm assuming you haven't washed your hands in a bit. What's the point in grabbing fistfuls of cheese, transferring it to this scale? Question mark? I guess to weigh it? But you don't weigh it. You immediately pick it up off the scale. And then you just dump it anyways. And continue to touch it with your bare hands. What are you laying on there? What is that? Show me the crimes that you're committing. What is that? Garlic salt? I'm okay with that. Maybe a little bit of celery salt? That's okay, I think. Whoa. Oil? Is that oil? What is that? What are you doing to this pizza? This is gonna come out looking interesting, isn't it? Honestly, right now, they don't look too bad. It's a little weird. But why? Why? I will say I like her outfit a lot. She reminds me of like a Monster Hunter character. I don't know why. It's kind of endearing. The moment of truth. Oh, God. It looks like... Oh, wait. Hold on. These pizzas look like a bird took a big poop on them, or that someone puked all over them. Now, I'm going to be honest here. It's a little too much sauce. With a more even distribution of cheese... Like, you already put a ton of cheese on there. You just mounded it up in the middle. With a more even distribution of cheese, this would look fine. And I've seen pizzas that look like this. You know, they've got, like, seasonings on them. Looks fine. You've just kind of messed up the ratios a little bit. That's okay. I think this might taste fine. It might. Now, this one here is a bit different. I don't know what meat she's put on the pizza, so that's concerning. But it looks to... what is this? What is that? What are these? That looks like ham. Which, if that's ham, that's not too bad. I think it's just a very strange presentation. It is ham. Okay. I can do a ham on pizza. Ham is good on pizza. But, like, the presentation just looks very strange. Very, very strange. And, you know, part of what makes a pizza is the sauce. So I would have to imagine that if this were truly bad pizza, they'd have, like, a really sweet sauce or something like that. Which, this is not me being racist. I lived with an ex of mine who was Filipino. She used to cook spaghetti, and their sauce was typically very sweet. So I would assume that they might have a sweeter pizza sauce here, which would definitely put me off. I don't know if North Korea also does that, but, I mean, they're pretty close in geographic location to the Philippines, so you never know. I don't know. Sauce is kind of what makes the pizza for me a lot of the time. Like, if the sauce is bad, the whole thing ends up bad. The fuck is that? What is that noise? What is going on? Together with red wine, this tastes really good. I do have a problem with this person. Take a look. Take a look at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. What's she doing there? She has a knife and a fork. The only other people that I've ever seen that use a knife and a fork for pizza are rich people. This is the wrong way to eat pizza. Pizza's a finger food. You have to finger your food. How about pasta? It was very delicious. Mmm. Well, I'll tell you what. It looks fucking weird. But you've got the spirit. The only thing that would concern me about this is maybe the taste of the sauce. Cheese typically tastes pretty good. Yes, it depends on the cheese you use, but typically when you use cheese on a pizza, it's mozzarella, tastes pretty good. The sauce is the only concerning thing to me on this pizza. The other things they used is like seasonings and like questionable meat topping on the first one. I don't know what that was, but this is clearly ham on this pizza. So I think these guys are in the safe zone. I think they're in the safe zone. They're a little weird, but they've definitely got the spirit. Now the next two submissions we've got, these are the last two of the day, but I just want you to know these are fucked up, and one of these is infamous for just how bad it is. Being this one right here. Now I have not seen this pizza in a while, so I'm kind of forgetting what they put on this thing. But I do remember it's very scary. It's not normal. Now, compare this to the Korean one. This is much worse. Look at him go. He's making the dough right now. He's doing what I would consider a decent job making the dough. Decent. He's kind of feeling it out, getting it big. All right, cool. You, you tore the dough, and you just act like that's... Yeah, just seal it up. It'll be fine. Yeah. And now here comes the sauce. What is this? It's a little too light. It's a little too light colored to be like a normal red sauce. What is that? It almost looks like buffalo sauce. And now here comes the real problem. The rice! No! No. And then he fucking just comes all over it with like a QP mayonnaise. It's rice and mayonnaise, and it's not good. You know, I mentioned earlier, again, 3D pizzas. We don't want 3D pizzas. We don't want pizzas that are like stacked high. This is too much. Now you're putting like papaya on it. I don't know what that is. A little bit of salt, and right into the wall. Take a look at that pizza oven. Take a look at that pizza oven. Doesn't that look like somewhere you'd want to put your pizza in? That is a little scary. Oh, yeah. Throw a log in there. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's probably an actual fire in there. Okay. Oh, yeah. Throw a little cardboard in there, too. Nothing like a little bit of carcinogens in my pizza. Peace. Thanks, friend. And he's gonna let this bake. Nice tricks. Thank you. He's gonna let this bake for all of about 30 seconds on the wrong side. You better be moving that pizza. You gotta rotate that fucker. There's a fire coming from one side only. What is that? Banana leaves? You're just throwing whatever you want onto the fire. That's not safe. Uh-huh. You know, sometimes I really am glad we have, like, standards for how a restaurant is supposed to operate. Oh, and, like, food inspectors and things like that. Actually, you know what? It looks like it's hardening up. Maybe the bottom is baking it through. Okay. Still not a good pizza. Not a good pizza in the slightest. Just go ahead and show that to us, boss. Go ahead and pull that out and show it to us, boss. He's eager. He wants that thing out of there. This is what the hungry man wants. They want rice and mayonnaise pizza. Although I guess if you're really hungry, you wouldn't really care, would you? It's certainly food. It would be better than, like, eating garbage. Oh, man. Here it comes. Yeah, bring it on out. Show us, boss. You're waiting too long. I need to see this thing. Wow. Now take a look at that. Oh, I apologize. It wasn't fucking papaya. It was corn. Oh, I apologize. It was corn. So let's break this down. You've got dough. You have the smallest amount of sauce, which would be completely covered up by the mayo. You have rice underneath the mayo, and then right on top, just a little bit of corn, and whatever seasoning they used here. Looks like pepper. Oh, unceremonious. Unceremonious. Wow, the pizza is actually bleeding. That is incredible. Don't fuck with me. 3 olives. 1, 2, 3. Not even cut. You can't fuck with me, man. No. No. Oh. It's not every day that you get to see the process. It is not every day that you get to see pizza crimes being committed in real time. Most people don't record their sin. But here, it's on full display, and it's just crazy to me. Wow. Wow. Okay, we have one final video for tonight. And this one is just titled Brazilian Pizza. I don't know. I have not seen anything out of this yet. Okay, this is moving fast. Hold on. What was that first thing? Bate Papo. Bate Papo Pizzeria. Is this suggesting that all of these pizzas are going to be coming from this place? Another rotisserie chicken pizza. Why? Another... Wait, I say another? What the fuck is this? What? Why? Why banana? Why a whole tree? Why a whole tree on the pizza? Who put the tree on the pizza? Oh. It's comedy. It's comedy pizza. You can't make this stuff up. It's comedy pizza. That's clearly meant to be fake. Ah, yes, the drunkard's pizza. A classic. A classic. We've put... We've put multiple bottles of alcohol on your pizza. And another! I can't believe this. It's another pizza with a brownie in the middle. What the fuck? Okay. Think about it. Those seem to be unopened quail eggs on the middle of the pizza here. Full coconut for some reason on the side. Yeah, why? 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 Are those eggs? Yes, chat member, those are eggs. Oh, they're unopened quail eggs. They still have the shell on them. Okay. 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 It's clearly a joke. Don't get mad. It's another banana pizza. Again, I don't know why. Oh. You know what these remind me of heavily? Kid cuisine. For some reason, these heavily remind me of opening a kid cuisine and seeing the brownie and the corn gets mixed into the brownie. I don't know why I remembered that all of a sudden. It's been about 20 years since I had a fucking kid cuisine, so it's a little, like, I don't even know if they still make them. But that's what that reminds me of. Okay. 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 The hoagie pizza. With the pickle pizza. They still do, actually? Wow, that's crazy that they're still in business. Okay. I'm gonna turn on my mouse capture for this. Hold on. I need to point something out here. Why is there, like, Spider-Man down here? Why do we have Spider-Man pizza? What, is this a pineapple that's been de-spined? What is going on here? What is this? Onion with, like, a brick crust. And then another brownie in the middle. What is it with the brownie in the middle? I am never going to understand the brownie in the middle. Oh, fuck me. Crabs and mussels. This is joke. This is comedy pizza. This is a clown pizza. It's a clown pizza. These all have shells that are still on them. This is a comedy pizza. What is that? What is that? Chat, what the fuck is that? Okay, another lobster pizza. Very weird. But I'm telling you, if you just took out the meat from the lobster and put it on a normal fucking pizza, it would probably taste good. Candy in wrappers? That might be what the... Oh, God. That might have been what that was. Hold on, let me see it again. These do look like candy in wrappers. I don't know what this is, but it's kind of scary. I was thinking like a poisonous fish. I don't know why, because it's like very brightly colored. But that's clearly not what that is. It probably is candy in wrappers. Oh. Oh. Again, no. No. Somebody got the Betty Crocker bacon fill, and they got really excited to make something, and they also just so happened to be making pizza that night. They were like, "Oh, honey, let's go get the Betty Crocker bacon fill, and we'll make a centerpiece for our pizza." And that's how this happened. 100%. You can't fool me. That's actually how this happened. What is it with people wanting to put like a middle? Like to make a pizza donut and then put a middle in their pizza. Also, is that broccoli around these like cookies? Why? 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 Holy shit. Portal pizza? Portal pizza? Portal! That's the portal cake. That is straight up the portal cake. No, I'm not even fucking with you. That is the portal cake. And that's the same thing. What the fuck? What? Why did they make portal cake pizza? Okay. I don't know what that is in the middle. It's like a yellow melon. It's man pizza. Oh. You say, give my compliments to the chef, and then he pops up in the middle of the pizza and he goes, thank you very much. And then takes a big bite out of the middle. Oh, wow. This is awful. There's too much going on here. This guy should feel bad. Whoa, computer pizza! Whoa, we're moving fast now. We got money pizza? We got shrimp pumpkin pizza, Disney pizza, gasoline pizza, chicken pizza, fucking bleach pizza. No! Fish! Oh, Jesus. Whey protein! Watermelon pizza. Oh, what the fuck? What is that? Drywall pizza? Star Wars. Tire? No, dude. Oh, jeez. Whoa! Oh! Why did we end on that? No! No! That was disgusting. Holy shit. Cat vomit pizza. Oh. Happy Labor Day, chat.